Good afternoon and welcome to Thursday's Market SITREP here at TGO Top Gun Options. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz. And on days like today or after days like yesterday, I love looking at my good old buddy Ron Burgundy. Well, that escalated quickly. Not really. I mean, that was predicted, right? If you remember here at TGO, we predicted all this. I said, hey man, if we smash the 50-day moving average on the S&P 500, we will hit the 200-day moving average. This is no man's land. To steal some World War I trench warfare terminology, there's the Allies, there's the bad guys, there's the Germans, and nobody would run around in here. The market, these two levels, the 50-day moving average up here and the 200-day, are magnets. There was no way we were just going to, it was going to smash, and it did. Absolutely not the big one. This is an incredible buying opportunity. The Dow's already under being down triple digits, and as people come in and start bottom feeding here, whether it's Amazon or we're going to talk at 1 o'clock about getting long our longs, adding to them. This is, if you loved Amazon at 2,100, you love it below 1,700. It's a $3,000 stock in a year easily. These things happen, folks. This is normal. And if you freaked out yesterday, you're over-invested or you're over-extended, period. You should, on a day like yesterday, you should actually be thrilled. What do I mean by that? You should be able to walk in and start taking shots of opportunity. This is why I tell a lot of my members, you should only be 50% deployed, man, when you're trading options, because that other 50% in dry powder, you can walk in today and laugh as you pick up Amazon it was underneath $1,700. We also predicted this on Monday. I said Amazon is on a ledge and it's going to fall off the ledge. Some of my private coaching clients were like, hey man, I'm going to jump into a bull put spread here to next week. It's so juicy. I'm like, it's juicy for a reason. Don't do that. And it imploded. I predicted it would go down to the bottom of the Keltner channel, and look at that little kind of drill bit coming out of what happened today. It did. It hit the bottom of the Keltner channel. So we're actually enjoying ourselves here. We do have some losing trades, some of our bull put spreads. But folks, this happens. If you're trading spreads, you're automatically hedged. They're hedged because they're spreads. But we're going to have a good time today at 1 o'clock. We're going to walk through all this. We're going to look at getting long. We're going to take a look at some synthetic stock positions we should be having on now. The president trotted out the market whisperer, Larry Kudlow, this morning, to try and calm people and talk. So let's knock out a quick brief, though, before we get into that. So the Trump of Brazil, Bolsonaro, this Brazilian swamp trainer, the EWZ. Check out how the EWZ has fared in the past couple days. This is one of our Captain Kirk trades, right? Boldly going where nobody's going. It's down 8 cents today, and it really didn't even go down that much yesterday. This is a screaming buy. 2 weeks ago, right there, I said get into the EWZ again. It's a Captain Kirk trade. The Brazilian Trump wins. The Bovespa was going to see a rip-your-face-off rally, just like our market in 2017. And since I made that call, well, it's down a little bit, obviously, it's seen a rip-your-face-off rally. EWZ is a yes. But then when you get a Brazilian swamp trainer, what do the liberals in the media do down there? Top advisor, investigated for investment fraud. And here comes the mudslinging. I think the dude wins, and I think the market rallies. Here's what's funny. So Larry Kudlow today brought out to kind of, be the market whisperer. We haven't seen him in ages. Yesterday, and here's what's incredible, folks. An hour is a lifetime in this market. When the president was patting Nikki Haley on the back the other day, saying she was great, huge, nobody does the UN better than Nikki, great woman, huge. Somebody asked about the trade war with China. He's like, yeah, nothing. We're not even talking to them. They're not ready yet. Not even going to pick up the phone. Market implodes, more or less on the Fed and some other stuff. But what do you do later in the day? That, of course, wasn't reported in the liberal media. I picked up on it. You know what he said? He said, if Republicans aren't galvanized to go out and or aren't motivated to vote, because of what happened to Kavanaugh, maybe a trade deal will. And he kind of winked, meaning, hey, man, I could pick up the phone or I could send out a tweet right now saying, hey, we fixed everything with China. Things are great. And the market will be up 1,000 points. So if Donald Trump, this ain't his first rodeo, folks. This guy comes out and crows every time the market goes up and hits new highs. If you own it up, dude, you own it down. There is no way on God's green earth Donald Trump is going to go into the midterm elections with the market looking like this. Period. You can take that one to the bank. So after Larry Kudlow saying, hey, nothing super concrete about the president meeting President Xi Jinping. Breaking news out of the Journal. Trump and Xi plan to meet amid trade tensions. That's absolutely going to happen. I'll pound this into the dirt, guys. This is not his first rodeo. Steve Mnuchin's going to be on the news. Larry Kudlow's coming out. They're bringing out the market whisperers to try and calm everybody down. I'm completely calm. If you're not calm during stuff like this, you're doing it wrong. Take a look at I got short volatility the other day, and I'm going to get short again today. Look at the VIX. The VIX topped out here at 20? What was the highest we saw? What was the highest print? Was it today? 20. What's that? 24 on the VIX. I would sell the hell out of volatility. Unless, of course, listen to me, unless, of course, you think this is the Fred Sanford big one. We're not going to hold the 200-day moving average, Riz. We're going down. What would be the bearish case? You have got, I'm not a big CNBC fan, but you have got to watch Larry Kudlow's interview from this morning. The guy listed, and Jim Cramer's such a stick in the mud. By the way, I forget the university. Was it Penn? Columbia, one of them did like a Jim Cramer. They followed all his trades for a year. The guy was wrong 72% of the time. Nice enough guy, likes the Eagles. He's a clown. That's why he was let go from Goldman Sachs. If you think this underlying economy is that horrible, get out of the stock market or get bearish as hell and buy a bunch of puts. I could not be more bullish on this, and I'm usually Eeyore. I usually think this. I'm not in this case. This is just, this is a great time to come in and bottom feed. Don't try and pick a bottom. Just if you think stocks are cheap here, great. And we're essentially back on the S&P 500 to the last time we saw this type of clown car volatility, the end of June, beginning of July. So looking for some stability. Dow's, trying to, I saw it green a little bit today. It is absolutely time to buy the dip, right? You don't know if it's a dip until when, folks. The left side of the chart. No broker I know lets you trade off the left side of the chart. So you got to use your thinking brain. There is phenomenal macroeconomic data. The Drudge Report last week, its screaming headline was unemployment the lowest since they didn't say since Wiz was born, since I was born, a year after I was born. Housing, everything like this. Please watch the Kudlow interview if you didn't watch it. So the VIX is at its highest in 6 months. What should you do? Get long the VIX here? No. The hurricane already hit, guys. Now's the time to get short. We are going to take a look at oil. Got to take a look at our ExxonMobil position. What happens on November 1st, the Iranian sanctions really kick in. So let's take a look at what OPEC's going to do, Russia's going to do, because Iranian production is faltering there. But it's getting pounded with all sorts of stuff. Pairs trading has kind of died down. Oil down, airlines go up, dollar down, gold up, all that type of stuff. In these type of market swoons, you can throw that stuff out the window. So oil, there's nothing wrong with ExxonMobil fundamentally. We got into a Jan 21 synthetic stock position. We've had some good bull put spreads, some bear call spreads. We sold some front month calls. Got a bull put spread that's a little bit underwater right now, but it also has plenty of time to work. This is when you sell some lower front month calls and bring in some coin. So on days like today and yesterday, you can be doing some good work, folks, trading options, and we are doing some good work here at TGO. The tech wreck, I predicted it a year ago. I followed up that prediction 6 months ago. Absolutely right. And I'd love for all the folks that watch these videos on social media that said I was completely wrong about a tech wreck. I'd love to see your comments now and see how your investments are doing. I told you to get out of all these, folks. Google Plus, that thing sucked the day it came out, and now everybody who was in Google Plus got hacked, and I'm still getting Facebook friend things from people who've been hacked. It's a complete shit show in technology, guys. It's awful. FANG free fall. Who saw that coming? I did. And a lot of especially my coaching clients, are printing money off of it. And also FXI. FXI caught a little bit, let's take a look at China here, caught a little bit of a stop today, but man, yesterday pounded. Bearish double verticals. Got a couple of clients who are doing bearish double verticals that are essentially bringing in profits that are a full-time six-figure job by pounding this into the dirt, and I think it goes lower. Got to be careful as we get closer to the G20. We might get an announcement out of Trump like, that's the danger to pounding FXI into the dirt, is Trump looking at the markets going, time for me to make some sort of deal with China. One last time, folks, the president does not want to own this. He wants to own up. That's why before he went to Erie, Pennsylvania yesterday, he called the Fed crazy. He said the Fed chief was crazy. Not kind of the words you want to hear from the president about his Fed chief, but the Fed is independent. That's the other reason Larry Kudlow came out today as the market whisperer, was because he wanted to, say that the Fed's independent and all this stuff, and not make it sound like the president was that crazy to say something like that. So, hey, if you want to join me today at 1 o'clock or take a 2-week test flight in what we do here at Top Gun Options, just head to our homepage here and scroll down and click over here to Full Throttle Max. These are our other portfolios, like a little bit more retirement, a little bit more medium. Full Throttle Max gives you access to everything we do here at TGO for 2 weeks for the price of a really below average bottle of Pinot Grigio, $38. So for $38, come check out what we do for the next 2 weeks, because you should not be flying this market solo. We're going to get short volatility again today because this is when, as people panicked and ran out of the movie theater yesterday, guys like me who sat in the back and yelled fire, just walk around and eat the popcorn and pick up the purses and the wallets of everybody who got trampled. This is when you should be calm and jumping in with both feet. I love days like today. So if you were nervous or upset or holy crap, I took a huge hit, you're doing it wrong. Okay, and we'll teach you how to do it right. So head to go.topgunoptions.com/go flight. Kind of like Apollo 13. I'm go for flight. Go flight. And not like First Man. I'm not seeing some movie where a Canadian actor and a French director refuse to show the biggest crowning achievement of us as a republic in our nation's history. You can suck it, Ryan Gosling. Head to go.topgunoptions.com/go flight. And I will see many of you at 1 o'clock. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and God bless.